So a young person that's trying to create, and even let me reverse that, not only young, because sometimes you start later in life when you start maturing, some mature later than others, and you're trying to create a business or wanting to start a path into entrepreneurship. The parting side of you has to somewhat come to a halt. And not at all completely, and a lot of people say life-work balance. And balance, sometimes I used to like to say that, and then talking to another entrepreneur, we came to the conclusion that a balance is really not the right word, right? Because right now, if you're young and you want to create, your priority should be business, right? It should be higher. And your partying life or your friend life or your fun life should have really not a big priority. So you should have harmony, not balance. Depending on what era of your life you're at the moment, it should be harmony. So for right now, if you're starting, the partying, the friends, the going to vacation, spending money that you should be using for your business, you should stop that and worry about how do I create this business faster so that later on in life I could then switch my harmony and be more prioritized on exploring life, right? And then your business could come down in prioritizing, right? Because now you've already started that path. And then something could occur that your business, it doesn't want to grow, and you want to then now create a new leg to your business. Then now, again, your business needs to take priority over anything. And I'm going to tell you, Bobby and I, when we first started, I did not see vacation. I did not see going out or weekends for around 10 years, I want to say. Number one, we had a small child. Number two, we were trying to create. And number three, all the money that would come in would go completely to paying our bills and putting it back into the business. So where do you want to be? How fast do you want to create is what you need to create in your life. So are you 20 something years old and you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to create? Guess what? That whole lifestyle of hanging out with your friends, going out to clubs, spending money on nice clothes, all of that, you need to completely not even worry about it and put all of that effort into your business. What I liked about doing that when we were young, and I'm so blessed that Bobby and I were able to be on the same page with this, was that in our 20s, we hustled a lot. 7 days a week. There was no timing to finish work. It was like if we had to work all night, we worked all night. If we had to work all day, we worked. It didn't matter. There was no time limit. There was no schedule of stopping. And when we got into our 30s, we were able to travel first class. We were able to go to wherever we wanted. If we wanted to buy a nice outfit, we could. If we wanted to buy a nice car, we could. And we were smarter because when you're in your 30s, now your mindset is so different than when you're 20s. So we were doing things the right way. When we got to our 30s, we were like, do we really want to buy a nice car right now? Do we really want to spend the money on nice clothes right now? Why? Let's continue putting that money into our business so that we could create more, so that we could become financially free before we turn 50 years old. And we did, and it paid off. It's so rewarding. So when people ask me, would you change anything in your life, being that you started so early, being in your relationship, being a parent? I'm like, I wouldn't change a thing nothing, because I'm so glad that I didn't party on my 20s, because I would have never been able to reach the financial freedom status that we have today if I would have partied at my 20s. Today, I could go party if I want to, and if I don't want to, I don't. And if I do party, I'm partying the right way. I'm going in VIP. I'm gonna go not wait in line. I'm gonna do different things, and I'm gonna go to places that I want to go to, and not places that I have to go to because I can't afford. So if I want to go to a concert and get front row, I'm going to go to a concert and get front row. If I want to go by myself, anything I can. But I've already done my work. I've already put in everything I needed to put in. And we're still growing, and I still don't want to stop. But I'm able to do things now more maturely. And when I do things, I think about it. I'm like, does this bring me value? Is this going to last a long memory that I'm going to really say, hey, I don't mind spending this kind of money because I really want to do it and that's what I want to do? I'm going to do it. But I sometimes think, and I'm like, do I really want to spend X amount of money on buying this? And really, what is that going to bring me? And I'm like, nah, I'd rather go and invest it or donate it or do something that's going to bring me more value to my life. So if you're young and you're just getting started, understand that. Put that in your mind that if you start now, you put in all the hard work, later on in life, you're able to do more, smarter, better, and it's going to bring you more value to your life. You're not missing out on anything. Everything that you were able to do at your 20s, you could still do it later on in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. It's just way better. It feels so good to be able to do it at your terms. You're not going to miss out, trust me. And I'm one to have FOMO, but as I've matured, I've learned that having FOMO is not the right thing because you're not missing out on anything really at the end of the day. You look back and you're like, I could have spent all of this money doing all of this stuff and not been able to create this. So you know what? No, I'm glad that I created instead of spending it on nonsense. Just stack and rack right now, and later on you're gonna be able to do whatever you want. I used to pout, and Bobby would always keep me on track, and I'm so happy and so blessed for that because you, as a young person, you don't think about these things, right? And again, who do you hang around with? Because you could hang around with somebody that's telling you, oh, come on, you're 20 years old, you're this, you're that. You have time for that later on. Just go have fun right now. And what is that going to bring you? Nothing but delay your life. And maybe not even being able to get back on track because once you let go of that time frame that you're able to create. And it's not that it's never too late because I've known people that have created at 60 years old have started something, but you don't know that, right? You don't know. So if you have something that you're able to create as a young person and you have all of that energy, you have all of that knowledge, why let go of that to then later on you're able to really take on all that valuable time that you put in and now say, now I can do what I want.